Today, we're talking about 5 tech stocks to buy now ahead of the Q1 reports. Let's get started. Welcome back, guys. Today, we are covering tech stocks, but we're specifically focusing on the opportunities that lie ahead as we approach Q1 reports. With a mixed bag of results here from the last quarter, we have a lot to unpack, so let's get started. First, I kind of want to talk about what has been driving the mixed results in tech stocks for Q4. Some companies have soared beyond expectations, while others are kind of leaving investors wanting more with their forward guidance. So fill us in here. What is behind all of this? Tired of guessing which stocks to ditch? MarketBeat's exclusive report, 20 Stocks to Sell Now, cuts through the noise. Uncover the truth behind Wall Street's ratings, as our list is curated from the stocks that top analysts consistently rate as hold or sell. Don't let your portfolio suffer. These 20 companies have been red flagged for a reason, so act now and safeguard your investments. This report is free, but only available for a limited time, so download today.
Well, digitization is hot. That shift to the cloud is still ongoing. Demand for cybersecurity is still huge, and AI is really juicing all of it. But there's a huge unknown because nobody really knows who or how much AI is going to impact revenue. In some cases, the analysts and market expectations have been way up here. So you have a hard time beating these expectations and stock prices fall. In some cases, the expectations are way down here and you get easy beats. But I think in all cases, tech is still doing pretty strong. The real takeaway from this article and this video should be that we've had a huge market reset as far as sentiment and expectations. It's put a lot of stocks back in position to rally because their consensus estimates are still moving higher and they're now above the price action.
Yeah, I think Thomas has that right. I mean, just AI alone, it's not good enough anymore for companies to just talk about AI in their earnings reports. They have to actually be starting to show investors exactly how they're going to profit from AI. I think some of the valuations are simply stretched right now, and I've been noticing a pattern. I think we'll probably be talking about this here when we talk about some of the other stocks where analysts have a lower consensus price target on the stock than it is now, which is just really telling investors there's probably going to be a little healthy pullback coming on in the tech sector.
All right, well, let's take a look at some of these tech companies here. For starters, Palo Alto Networks is making bold moves by investing in the future. Thomas, why don't you tell us a little bit more about the long-term benefits with this one, and why do you think investors should keep a close eye on this stock specifically?
Yeah, right. Palo Alto is kind of the poster child for what we're talking about here. It's growing. It's got this great trajectory for growth because kind of highly valued, was kind of trading in the high end of the analyst range. And then comes the latest results. Results were awesome, but the guidance was kind of trimmed and cautious and weak because the company is shifting its focus. Instead of like focusing on margins and revenue right now, it's going to give up some of its margins and revenues right now by giving away free services. The long-term implication is trying to regain or trying to gain new clients for long-term growth. When it gains new clients, it can then start focusing on penetrating services. Palo Alto is also trying to move into platformization. It's got a bunch of disparate products, trying to get them all in the same place to make it easier for clients to use and for them to sell and to make upsells over the long term. But what you will see after the results, I'm sorry if you're trying to say something, the stock price crashed like 30%. Analysts are raising their price targets. So what we've had is the market has moved back down while the analysts are moving back up, and we're kind of re-equalizing. And now I see the upward trajectory coming back into play.
Okay, well, despite a recent drop, analysts are also still bullish on Zscaler. Moving along to that one. So with positive revisions here, could this signal a strong comeback? What do you guys think? What is the outlook for this one?
Yeah, I think the same. Zscaler kind of got hit by the Palo Alto news because Palo Alto's news is kind of bad for Palo Alto now, but it may be bad for Zscaler long term if Palo Alto is gaining Zscaler's potential clients. But again, the analysts are raising their targets and they're leaving the market higher from its current position. So assuming that these upcoming results are still good, then the stock should rally.
Yeah, I haven't looked at Zscaler in a couple of days. I know that when I was last looking at it, I was seeing that the consensus price for Zscaler was below where it was trading. So I was thinking it might be ready for that this might be one of those stocks that we're talking about that's ready for a little bit of a pullback. And one of the things that I like about Zscaler right now is that it's really heavy into the zero trust, which a lot of cybersecurity companies are moving towards, but Zscaler's been there for a long time. And that's with remote work and hybrid work being the norm now. Many companies are really looking to see how they can implement the zero trust platform.
Okay, well, then there's MongoDB. They aren't just surviving here. This company is really thriving, kind of thanks to its positioning in the cloud and AI markets. So, what makes this one a leader, though, and how does this kind of translate into the growth prospects here? Let's just take a closer look at this one. What do you think about this company?
Well, MongoDB is important because it's cloud infrastructure, but it's also AI and database infrastructure. So it's all about building that infrastructure and the data handling that's necessary for doing the AI. They've been focused on AI right from the beginning. They're a leader in applying AI services to their own internal operations, but also for their clients. They've got these partnerships with companies like GitLab, which is the DevSecOps platform. So we've got this. It's like a method of means, a platform for developers globally to be able to work with AI from wherever they are with whatever kind of projects or teams that they're working with safely and securely. I see MongoDB as a competitor for companies like Oracle, which is also big in cloud infrastructure. Again, the results caused the stock price to implode, but analysts are raising their targets. By my calculations, the consensus price target is almost double from last year, and it implies 30% upside. So stock price might wallow for a little while, but I see upside ahead. And all it will take is a catalyst, and that could come in the next quarter's reports.
All right, well, next up is UiPath. This stock has been on a roller coaster, but a reversal might be in sight. With analysts impressed by recent results, could there be a rally soon? What are the signals here, and what does it mean for investors?
Yeah, I think UiPath is on track for a reversal. It's been trending up off a bottom. The recent results have caused the price to come back a little bit, but that price pullback aligns with the uptrend. We've still got support at critical levels. What we're seeing in the results is that after the company's initial push, it's starting to regain traction with growth, and that's because of its AI-powered bots. AI is all about efficiency and improving productivity, and that comes down to automation, and that's where UiPath is a leader. We've got accelerating growth, and the analysts are now raising their targets. Consensus is almost 30% above the price action and rising. So this is another one that I see being led higher by the analysts.
If I recall correctly, that's one of Kathy Wood's favorite stocks recently. I think she made a fairly significant buy in that in the last month or so.
Right, because she's selling Tesla to pay for this.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, well, the fifth stock we are going to talk about today is Snowflake. Snowflake
Mhm.
CEO change has kind of ruffled a few feathers, but what does this really mean for the company's future?
I think that it's ultimately a good thing for the company's future because it puts into place in the CEO position an AI-centric CEO. Former CEO was perfectly capable of running the company, did a fantastic job. This is just a shift that aligns with the current technological shift in the market. I think that the stock has got upside for sure. The analyst responses have been a little bit mixed, but we have downgrades offset by upgrades. There's more price target upward revisions than downward revisions. They're predicting 30% upside. So again, this is another great candidate for a rebound or rally given strong Q1 results.
Yeah, Snowflake's been in the news. I know MarketBeat, there was an article out, it's either been out or it might be coming out today or tomorrow, where that new CEO that Thomas is talking about just made a major buy of about about $5 million worth of the company shares, which may have been part of a prearranged deal, but still it's encouraging to see that he's coming in and putting his money into the stock.
Well, that's a good point because he was already an executive, so he had his skin in the game. This is additional skin, so that's definitely a bullish sign for the market.
Yep.
Okay, well, let's take another look quickly while we're here beyond the immediate future now. So, what do the next few years hold for tech stocks? I mean, there's optimism for sustained rallies through 2025, but what else could drive growth here, and kind of what challenges do we need to consider going forward?
All right. So the big thing with tech stocks going forward is the expanding use of digitization. We do not have 100% penetration of the global population with digital yet. And within the population that is using digital, they're not using 100% digital services. So we've got the user base is going to grow, plus expanding services, plus AI efficiencies. That's a triple tailwind for the right companies. And I think most tech stocks will benefit from this rising tide.
Anything else to add there, Chris?
No, I think Thomas hit on it really well. AI is going to be the driver of this market. And I know investors get tired of hearing that,
Yeah.
but I think the key thing with that Thomas said is it's going to be for the right companies. There's going to be some of these smaller AI companies that are never going to hit the same sort of scale that the larger ones are going to be playing. So you really want to make sure you're focusing on the right companies and the companies that are really well positioned to take advantage of this shift. Yeah.
Right. I believe it was Gartner that put out this report, but they're talking about how AI is going to boom. We're talking double digit to triple digit growth in AI, but overall tech spending will be flat this year. So certainly some companies are going to get a huge boost. Some of them are going to get forgotten about.
Right.
All right, well, that wraps up these 5 tech stocks to buy now ahead of Q1 reports, with so much to consider from market resets to the impact of AI and cloud growth. It's an exciting time to be an investor, to say the least. But don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more insights right here at MarketBeat. We'll talk soon.